Alrighty, so in the previous video, you saw how to create a very simple charm, all right? And I'll confirm a few things about sizing and those constraints here from our step one, but I will also show you how to make a simple drawing file that will be A+ work, all right, for this project, okay? So some of the constraints that I wasn't sure about was how big the letters have to be, all right, for Take ID. So they have to be all caps, bold, and the height needs to be at least 0.24 inches, okay? And these were 0.3 inches. If you're ever curious how to check, you can use this inspect tool, and you can measure like from a corner to a corner and check over here, and it should show you how large they are, all right? So this says 0.215. That's interesting. I thought I had them at 0.3. So I might need to double check on that. But yeah, because that is what you need, all right? So let me click close for now. That's something I have to deal with at another time, but I want to show you also, they have to be extruded a depth of 0.0625 inches, all right? And I have done more than that with this extrusion here. Again, I could check that by clicking on that back line, clicking here, and it's going to tell me that distance, and it's 0.125. All right, so that's twice the distance it has to be. All right, so we got that. Finally, this hole needs to be at least 1/8 of an inch across. All right, so make sure I have that, and it's going to give us diameter. Yeah, so that's almost 1/4 of an inch across, so that's good there. And then it has to be more than 1/4 inch from the edge, right? Because we don't want it to rip out or tear out. And so using the inspect tool, I can go from here to here. And if you rotate it a little bit, so with a mouse, you click the shift and click the mouse wheel. I can rotate it. You'll see that is showing this dimension. It's 0.28 inches. That's more than 0.25. So that is a good enough distance away from the edge so that it doesn't rip through when that ball and chain is on there. Okay, so we've got this, and we need to make a drawing file. So here we go. Make sure you've saved your work. Then you change your workspace, okay, to drawing from design. The size of the paper, you will want to be A11 by 8.5, okay? So this option is what you want. Click that, click OK. All right, so it's going to pull us into a new area. They call this a design workspace, and this is the drawing workspace. And so I've got the right sheet size. So by default, it knows I want to do a drawing of this. So I'm just going to place this here. And then maybe, let's click OK. Then I need maybe a side view because I want to show the depth. So I clicked this projected view. I click this again. And if I drag over here, look, it'll give me a side view. All right. I'm not quite done yet. So I also want an isometric. And check it out. And put an isometric right up there. All right. I'll click my check mark. I'm all done with that. And so now we have to dimension it. All right. And I said you just need the 3 principal dimensions. Okay. So to dimension your drawing file, you will come to dimension. All right. With this little like sunshine. Oh, sunshine. All right. So 3 principal dimensions, that's height, width, and depth, right? Well, with a circle, height and width are the same, right? Because that's how circles work. So I'm actually just going to do a diameter here. All right, so I'm going to click here, and then it'll let me place it. So you want to do a leader line at a 45-degree angle, like we said, right? So this is a 90, right? This would be a 0. So let's put it about here, and that looks good. All right, I'm going to click let's actually, yeah, we want to keep the dimension active. I was about to close out of it, but we need to do the width of this, right? So I'm going to click, to do that, I can click the top, or I can click from corner to corner, and then there we go right there. All right, and I've got the dimensions we need. Now, you have a little more knowledge, you know how to do some other dimensions. It'd be great to see you using that knowledge, all right? So, like for example, let me right click and say, okay, you put a center mark where that's supposed to go. All right, so that'd go like right here. All right, maybe you put a center line through that hole. All right, so you pick the edges of it and there's a center line. All right, that'd be nice for you to use that knowledge, maybe to mention a few more things, but as long as you have the principal height, width, and depth, you are good. All right, you'll need to let me know if you want me to print this. All righty, thank you much.